Welcome to Teats' Treats, where we grow in the yard and cook it to the table. Today we're going to make some cheater lasagna. Okay, today I'm going to try and do a quick short video, and it's going to be making lasagna. Now, I call it cheater lasagna because I'm not making tomato sauce. I'm using Mazzetta tomato basil sauce. Now, yeah, I know it's cheating. It's not really my style, but if I make a video showing you how to make tomato sauce for your lasagna, it's going to be another hour-long video. So, and when I'm cooking at home and we make pasta, I'm not making like a big production tomato sauce all the time. I like Mazzetta. They make good Kalamata olives. They make good pepperoncinis. They have artichoke hearts. They have pickled veg. And when I look at their sauce, I can see chunks of garlic. I can see chunks of, cooked down stewed stuff. And I see bits of herb everywhere. So I feel comfortable using this. I don't recommend you use ragu or Prego. I mean, those things are like ketchup in a jar. Very sweet, not a lot of flavor. Anyway, so we're going with this. So today we're making mushroom lasagna. I used 1 pound of grass-fed Angus beef, organic from Open Nature. It's like Safeway brand. I used about that much of an onion, and there's what you get chopped up very fine because I just want the flavor. I don't really want big hunks of onion in my lasagna. Pepper, probably 3/4 of a pepper. We have some garlic here that I smashed up in the mortar and pestle. We have mozzarella cheese. I'd rather get the one in the water, but we didn't get that one. And then we have ricotta cheese. Today we're also using oven-ready lasagna. As far as I'm concerned, you can just, regular lasagna, I wish we'd have bought regular lasagna. You just let it bake longer. I mean, we're gonna try this. I mean, it's really paper thin, and the noodle itself is small. This isn't gonna be a hearty noodle. So we bought it, we're gonna try it. See what we can make happen. And then we got mushrooms here. Just really, I just blew through it, thin sliced mushrooms. So I've already browned off the beef. I'm going to saute the vegetables, onion, pepper, mushroom here. See if a lot of water comes out. Then we'll add the beef, and I'm probably going to hit it with some white wine, deglaze, and then we'll hit it with this tomato basil sauce. So let's turn the heat on here. Hit it with some oil. So I brown the beef first to try and get most of the fat out of it. We don't want real greasy lasagna, although the meat that I bought was 98% fat free. So there's not a lot of fat in there, but still I like pre-cooking it so we keep the lasagna as fresh and grease-free as possible. Okay, oil's kind of smoking a little bit, getting warm, plenty of heat. Hear that? That's what you want to hear when you throw something in the pan. So if you don't like peppers, don't put peppers in. Maybe you like asparagus. Put asparagus in. Make it yours, I sure as hell wouldn't put asparagus in there, but lots of people like it. So there's the onion. Give it a little head start, a little color. Not much color yet. Might hit it with the peppers. Okay, now we're going to add some garlic. Hit it with some salt and pepper. White pepper. Kind of seasoned and heavy. I mean, we still got to put the mushrooms in. We also got the ground beef coming in. Okay, we got a pretty good sweat going on here with the onions and the peppers. I'm going to go ahead and throw in the mushrooms. Okay, so we don't have a lot of color, you know, but the mushrooms are cooked, onions are getting cooked, peppers are cooked, so. Also, it's all going to bake in the oven for a long time, so I don't want to cook the shit out of it. So I'm going to use this slotted spoon, or slide. That way I can pick the meat out without pulling out any grease. Okay, I definitely don't want the garlic getting like hard and chunky on me. Stuff's starting to cook here. Okay. So, now I'm going to hit it with some Cabernet Sauvignon. I know I said white wine earlier. I don't know what I was thinking. So we're going to hit it with some wine here. Not an ass load. Maybe I'll try and flame it a little bit there. Make sure the alcohol gets burnt off. That's all gone. So we're going to reduce that down now. And when it's reduced down, I'll dump in the tomato sauce. Now, if you did make your tomato sauce at home from scratch, obviously what you would do is when the sauce reduced down, instead of adding the mazzetta, you add your own tomato sauce. And I commend you for that. So I'm going to reduce this down until it's pretty much dry. I don't want a bunch of raw wine hanging out in my lasagna. Okay, when I do this, you see the bottom of the pan, there's not a lot of liquid running around. Let me go ahead and add this. Now, I didn't really measure it out like always. If this is too much sauce, I'm just going to put it in the refrigerator and we're going to have regular pasta later. I'm going to go ahead and throw a little water in here and rinse all this out. Just a little bit of water. Shake it up. We can let the water reduce out, no big deal, but I want to get all the flavor out of the jar. Okay, basically I'm just going to bring this up to kind of like a simmer and then turn it off. I don't want to be putting hot ingredients in my lasagna, so once it comes up to a simmer, like I said, we'll turn it off. I'm going to let it cool down. I'm also going to throw in some fresh herbs before I put it into the lasagna mix. Ooh, that's hot. We have the sauce. It's cooled down. There's all the ingredients in the sauce. Looking pretty good. So here's the pan for the lasagna. You see it fits good one way, but the other way, the way the shape of the bowl is, it's not going all the way out to the edge. So I think on the bottom, I'm going to do 2 layers. And also that'll give it a better base when we go to cut it. So on the bottom, I'm doing 4 pieces of pasta, or 2 layers. I'm going to go ahead now and add some sauce. So a nice layer of sauce, no big deal. So I like cheese, but we don't want to over cheese it. I know it sounds ludicrous, but it is possible. I'm going to go ahead and turn the oven on to about 325. My oven runs a little hot. Maybe it could be 350, but my oven 325 is hot enough because it's probably close to 400. So I'm just taking little bits and throwing it in there. You know, it's gonna, when it gets hot and starts baking, it will be, it'll go all liquidy anyway. I almost forgot. I'm going to go out and grab some oregano out of the garden. I would like to do some basil, but the basil's not ready. You can put any herb you want. Thyme, oregano, rosemary, chive, basil, or all the above, whatever you want. Let me run out and grab some oregano. So just went outside, grabbed some oregano real quick. We're gonna go ahead and take these off the stem. Oregano grows really well here If anything, it's too pungent. But I like oregano. We're not gonna overdo it. Some of the flavor will dissipate as it cooks as well. But damn, it smells good. And you know, I could sit here and chop it really fine, but I'm not worried about it. I like oregano. So then we will do a sprinkle of the fresh oregano. You know, and we're going to go ahead and just hit it with a little bit of salt and pepper in each layer. I know I did season the mix, but I didn't season the meat, didn't season the pasta, didn't season the cheese. So. There's another layer of sauce, nice and even. Okay, we're going to do the ricotta. Okay, I'm going to hit with a little more of the herbage. The instructions say to cook it for 25 minutes, then cover it and let it cook for another 5 minutes. So we'll start with that and see how we look. Then on the top layer, I'm going to do just a little bit of sauce. I was thinking about no sauce. Leonie though said she's cooked with these noodles before and they can get kind of dry. So we definitely need to put some sauce on the top. On this level. There it is. Okay, last layer. I'm going to do minimal sauce. I'm actually going to do ricotta first. Yeah, I don't want to be cheap on the last layer with the cheese. And then right when it's done, I'll probably turn a broiler on. I want this to be like, you know, have color on it. I want it to be like burnt a little bit on the top because that's how I like my cheese. Okay. A little bit more just in case. Okay, so there we go. There it is. So I'm going to put it in. The directions said 375 oven. Like I said, my shit runs a little hot, so I'm just doing it at 325. I'm sure it'll be fine. Okay. We are baking lasagna. Okay, so we put the lasagna in covered for like 25 minutes per the directions on the pasta box. Felt like it was pretty cooked, but then I took off the cover. We put it in covered. I took off the cover and I've been having it on broil because I want the top cheese to be kind of dark or burnt a little bit, you know. It can be more, but I'm gonna, if the pasta's ready, I'm just gonna call this good. Oh, well, I burnt the crotch. Okay, so I mean, man, that looks and smells good. So I'm gonna take this knife and see how the pasta feels as it's being pierced. Well, it looks good, it smells good. I would like to see a little more color on top, but you know, we're gonna call it. That's it. When the knife went through, I didn't get any resistance. I looked at it through the side, and it looks like the bottom one's definitely cooked. I was worried about the bottom one, but now when I'm looking at it, I believe everything's cooked. So I'm gonna let it cool down a little bit, let it solidify. Really, lasagna is probably better the next day. You let it cool down, then you can cut out a chunk out of the refrigerator. You know, to pull a chunk out now, it's gonna be very gooey. But so I'm gonna let it cool a little bit, and we'll cut a piece in a little while. Good. Let's try to serrate it with a little sauteed. Man, that's gonna give me a better cut here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Wow, sorry for the paper plate, but man, I mean, that's some good layers. Cheese has some nice color. I'm gonna go have some lasagna. If you've made it this far, I'd appreciate a like and possibly a subscribe. Thank you for watching this much of the video. I hope it helps you make a better lasagna.